Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today is going to be an 18-minute Pilates workout for glutes and abs. Weights are going to be optional. I'll be using them on my ankles today. Let's start standing and taking big circles with those shoulders back and down the spine, and just reverse it the other direction. Let's take that right ear over to that shoulder blade, tuck the chin into the chest, and just rotate to the other side. We're just rotating that neck side to side. It should feel really good in the base of the neck. Let's take a couple more head rolls, tucking down, stretching it over to the left, and stretching it over to the right. Just really connecting to our breath here, connecting mind to body. Release all that tension in the neck, and then meet me standing at the back of your mats, heels together, toes apart. Let's take a big inhale, circle the arms up towards the sky. Big exhale, round forward bone by bone, and slowly walk out into a high plank. Energetically press the floor away from the body. Hollow out that chest, shoulders down that spine. Let's start rocking forward and back. Just tipping forward and back, keeping that spine nice and straight, tailbone tucked under. On this next one, send those hips into a down dog, scoop those abs and back into that plank. It's a down dog, articulate back into that plank. So we're using the scoop of the abs and not so much the butt. Let's do two more here. We inhale, scoop, send the hips up. Exhale, round back into that plank. One more. On this next one, we hold that plank, separate the feet about hip width, and slightly hover those knees over the mat. Extend them back, hover them down, keep that spine nice and stable, keep that neck long. Let's do one more. Bend, extend. Now let's walk those knees in directly under those hips. Keep that tabletop position. We'll lower down an inch and lift up an inch. Your back is as stable as a coffee table. Really push away from the mat, scoop in those abs, lift it up, lower down. Let's march those knees in, pull that right knee, then left knee. Again, nothing is moving besides those knees. The back is staying super stable, so strong. Keep going. Let's do one more to the left and one more to the right. We hold and then lower down, push back into a child's pose. Well deserved. Let's take one more inhale and one more exhale, back to tabletop. Let's find that neutral pelvis, keeping that spine nice and long here. Let's flex that right foot and lift that knee up. Tap it down and lift it up. Be sure to not arch your back here. Keep both hips square facing the mat. You can have a slight bend in those arms. Option is to drop onto your elbows if it's too much on your wrists. Focus on that breath. We exhale as we lift and inhale as we lower. We have one more. Hold it lifted on this next one. Tiny pulses up and down an inch. We pulse and pulse, just burning out those hamstrings and glutes. Just a few more here. Pulse for 3. For 2, hold it lifted. It's a point to extend, then flex to bend, hamstring curl. Really stretch that leg nice and long. I want you to imagine there's energy shooting out of that toe, and then you're pulling energy in with that heel. So try not to hyperextend those knees. Drop that right hip a little bit more. One more. It's a flex to bend, point to straighten, hold there. Let's lower and lift that leg. I don't care how high you kick it, I care how long it is. So find length with control. On this next one, reach that left arm out long and then lower down. It's an opposite arm, opposite leg reach. Stabilize that core, elongate that body. We'll hold it in a pulse. In 1, lift it up, tiny pulses, up and down an inch. Pulse for 3, for 2, and 1. Slowly lower down and push back into a child's pose. Let's come back onto all fours and get into the other side of the glute. Flex that left foot, lift that knee high, and tap it down. Keep that 90-degree bend in that left leg. Make sure your pelvis is in neutral. Try to not swing that leg. Make sure it's an intentional movement up and down, and also try to not open that hip. Just a few more here. So strong. Let's go 2 more. Lift it up. lower down. On this next one, hold it lifted, tiny pulses, up and down an inch. Little pulses with control, use that breath. Yes, you can. Pulse for 3. For 2, hold it lifted. On this next one, point to extend and flex to bend. Knee stays lifted about hip height. We really shoot energy out of that toe and then bring it in with that heel. Keep that neck long, pull in that navel. Try to not dump down on those shoulders. Really hollow out that chest, push away from the mat. Have one more. Flex it in, point it out, straighten that leg, lift and lower. Stretch that leg nice and long. Just lift and lower that leg. I don't care how high it goes, I care how long it is. Let's do one more lift and lower, and we'll extend that right arm out, reach it long and lower down. Stretch and reach, tap it down. From that mat, let's go 2 more. Reach and lift, lower down, hold on this next one. Tiny pulses up and down an inch. We're here for 3, 2, and 1. Slowly lower that leg and push yourself back into child's pose. Take a breath. When you're ready, come back to all fours, swing your legs around, and we'll take 3 roll downs together. Let's articulate through that spine, slowly roll down, find that deep C curve with the spine, stop halfway, pull in that navel, and then slowly roll yourself back up. Let's do 2 more. Reach those arms forward, slowly pull that navel in, deep C curve, hold, scoop it, roll back up. And again, reach those arms forward, tuck that tailbone under, feel those abs turn on, keep that neck long, and then reach those arms forward, spine is nice and tall. Let's take another roll down. This time we're gonna roll all the way down, reaching the arms overhead, stretching nice and long, and then using those abs to scoop us all the way back up. Let's do a couple more here. Going slow, really connecting to each vertebrae in the spine. Again, trying not to use momentum here, just use the scoop of the abs. Try to keep those legs as grounded as possible. Let's just do 1 more. Reach it up, slowly peel that spine up, reach forward, and then back into that C curve. Let's fire up those abs here. Lift that right knee to tabletop, lower it down, then left knee to tabletop. We're just alternating our legs here, keeping those arms nice and wide, chest nice and open. The only thing moving is those legs slightly lifting and lowering. Keep scooping with those abs, shoulders away from the ears. Let's do 1 more each side and we'll add a twist. So lift that right knee and twist to the right, back to center. Try to keep those hips stable. We're just wringing out that waist like a towel. So the arms go to the right, back to center, and the leg is just lifting and lowering. You don't have to lift that leg too high. It's more just about finding length with that spine and twisting. 1 more twist to the right, center, then let's go over to the left. Twist it left, back to center, twist it left. You can have a slight bend in those arms. Again, it's not about how high that knee goes, it's about how long you keep that spine as you twist. Just 2 more. Twist, center, last one, hold, and then reach, butterfly those legs, take a nice stretch forward. Then coming back up, sitting tall, bringing those knees together, let's take another roll down. Lower spine, middle spine, then upper spine, reaching those arms overhead. Let's bring those knees directly over those hips, tabletop position, push those palms into those knees. Let's reach that left arm and leg long, and then reach that right arm and leg long. Keep some light pressure with that palm to that knee. We're just reaching that arm and leg in opposition and back to center. Make sure your lower spine is in contact with the mat the whole time. We're using our obliques here, just stretching and reaching each sideline of the abs. Let's do 2 more each side. Reach it long, back to center, reach it long. Last one each side, reach over to the left, back to center, last one to the right. Let's interlace those hands behind the head and keep those legs in tabletop. Lift that head up off the mat and then slowly lower down. Keep those elbows nice and wide. Try not to crunch in with those elbows. Just simply lift the head with those abs. So good. Make sure you're breathing We inhale, lower, exhale, lift. Inhale, lower, exhale, lift. Keep those knees exactly where they are. It's just the upper body moving here. Find control, connect mind to muscle here. You got this. Keep going, firing up that core. We only have a few more. Inhale and exhale. Let's go 2. Lower down. On this next one, hold it lifted. Twist over to that left side. Right elbow to left knee, back to center. And again, just over to that left knee. Remember to keep those elbows wide. I want you to focus more on twisting with that core instead of twisting with that elbow. Keep that neck long, relax that face. You guys got this. Let's do a few more twists. 2 more. And on this next one, hold that twist there. Just lift and lower that right leg. We point to lift and flex to lower, holding that deep twist. Try to take your gaze back to that left elbow for an extra challenge, keeping those elbows nice and wide. I know it burns. Lift a little bit more off those shoulder blades. Just a few more here. Point to lift, flex to lower. So strong. 1 more lower and 1 more lift. Bring those legs back together, untwist, and slowly lower that head. Bring those knees to chest, rock and sway. Take a little breather here before we get into the other side. Okay, legs back to tabletop, interlace the hands behind the head, and start lifting and lowering through the center. We exhale, lift, inhale, lower. Keep those knees directly over those hips. We're just resetting here before we go to the other side. Each time you lift up, try to pull that belly button back into that spine a little bit deeper. Let's do 2 more lifts. Exhale, lift, inhale, lower. On this next one, we hold it lifted and add a twist. Left elbow to right knee, back to center. We're just hooking that left elbow to that right knee, twisting over to that right side, shooting that left leg out to 45 degrees. Really try to deepen that twist here. Let's do a few more. I know it's burning. Just 2 more. Hold on this next one and let's lift and lower that left leg. Point to lift, flex to lower. Try to take your gaze back at that right elbow to really deepen that twist. Come off those shoulder blades 1 more inch, hold everything stable. Stay controlled. If you feel your spine start to come off the mat at any point, just don't lower your leg as much. You can do it. Just a few more here. 1 more lower, 1 more lift. Bring those knees together, untwist that spine, and slowly lower that head. So good, you guys. That was a burner. Go ahead, bring knees to chest, rock and sway side to side. Just release everything. You can go ahead and grab onto the outsides of the feet. Take a nice little happy baby. And then when you're ready, bring your legs back to tabletop and plant those feet on the ground. Those feet can be separated hip width. Have your arms out at a wide V. Really energetically press those arms into the mat. We'll start by tucking that tailbone under to the pubic bone, lifting the lower spine, middle spine, then upper spine, slowly peeling it off the mat. Squeeze everything at the top and then slowly lower the upper spine, middle spine, lower spine. Just doing some spinal articulation here. Try to feel each vertebrae of the spine unpeel from the mat and then slowly peel it down. We'll do a few more here. Really press into those arms and triceps. Slowly peel everything off the mat, squeeze that butt, and then slowly lower down, keeping that neck nice and long, shoulders away from the ears. Just 2 more here. Try not to flare out those ribs as you squeeze at the top. Keep everything pulled in through the center like you're wearing a corset. 1 more lift, and we're gonna hold and squeeze at the top. We hold, press through that left heel, lift that right leg to tabletop position, slowly lower down, lift that left leg. We're just slowly marching those legs up and down, keeping that 90-degree bend in those knees. Your hips should be staying nice and high, so every time you lift that knee, those hips also lift with it. You really have to stabilize and push through that standing heel to lift nice and high and lower down. Use those hamstrings, use the back body. Keep breathing, stay with me. Let's do 1 more lift with the left knee. And then on this next one, lift that right knee nice and high, extend it long. Point that right leg straight. Let's just lift and lower those hips down and up an inch. For 2 and 1, hold. We're just gonna lower down and lift it up. Keep those hips nice and lifted. Squeeze that left glute. Let's just do 1 more lower, 1 more lift, and extend that leg long and slide it back in. Straight into the other side. Slide that left leg out, straight up to the sky. Let's do 4 pulses, up an inch and down an inch for 3. For 2, hold it lifted on this next one. Drop that left leg knee height and then lift it back up. Keep pushing those hips forward. Lift that leg nice and high. Really point that toe. Just do 2 more. Lift, lower down and lift, and slowly slide it back in. Lower upper spine, middle spine, then lower spine. Bring those knees into that chest. So good. Just rock and sway side to side. Let everything go. Go ahead and take off those ankle weights if you have them. Place them off to the side. We are done with those. Go into a ball position and just start rocking back and forward. Massaging out that spine. Hold everything in nice and tight and roll back to the shoulder blades, then roll back to that tailbone. Try to not drop to that head and try to not drop those feet here. Really just scooping in those abs, massaging everything out. Cross those ankles, roll forward, meet me on all fours. Let's take a few cat-cows here. Inhale, open the heart, gaze up. Exhale, round forward, gaze into the ribs. Really just taking time here to show yourself a moment of gratitude and appreciation. Just thanking your body for its ability to move today. We'll do 1 more inhale, gaze up, open that heart. And 1 more exhale, push away from the mat. Find a little bit of hip mobility here. You can open and sway circles to one side, and then you can reverse, circle it around, just opening up those hips and shoulder blades. And then when you're ready, meet me seated in the center of your mat. You can cross those legs and let's start taking stretches, side bending over to the left and side bending over to the right. This should feel really good on those obliques since we did a lot of twisting today. Just stretch out those abs. And I like to end with 1 hand on the heart, 1 hand on the belly. Take a mini body scan here. Observe any differences in how you feel now versus how you felt before. Really take it all in and give yourself a nice hug because you deserve it. We'll take 1 more nice big inhale together, circle the arms up towards the sky, and exhale through center. Thank you guys for joining me today. I hope you feel amazing. Let me know in the comments below. I am also super sweaty from this, so I hope you guys are too. Thanks for watching.